everyone, hope you're all okay. Just thought I'd do a quick video. It's been over a week since we lost Maisie. Still missing her. Still strange without her. Feels really empty here. Because she was such a big part of our lives. When I sit here on a night, I expect her to come up to me. When I sit on the settee, she used to be up and down all night, every night, pacing down the hallway, coming to see me and then going back to bed and coming back to see me. But we're getting there. I just thought I'd tell you a bit about her. We got her when she was 5 years old. We took her in. My friend was pregnant and she, with her third baby, and she felt like she wouldn't be able to give her the time that she deserved. So she asked us if we could take her in. So we took her and we loved her and everything. When we first got her, we already had a Yorkshire Terrier called Pippin. He was quite old. First time when we took Maisey home, we let her in the garden to meet Pippin, and she would run round in circles around him, but Pippin would never join in because he was old and grumpy. Maisey would always try to initiate the play and everything and do all the bows and all sorts, but Pippin just wouldn't have it. After about a year, we lost Pippin, but we had Maisey, who took our mind off things. And then we moved into a flat. We was in a bungalow, but we didn't like the area. It was rough, so we moved to a better area, into a flat. It was quite a big flat, so big enough for us all. And then eventually we've got another bungalow for Dave because he's disabled. He's got osteoporosis and scoliosis. He's also got Castleman's disease, which is like a cancer, and it's disease of the lymph nodes, and he has depression and things. But Maisey always took his mind off that, and she cheered us both up really. We lived for her. And then Maisey fell ill a few years ago. She was just really slow and dawdling, and we took her to vets. She also had something wrong with her eye where it kept watering and it was really pussy and like sticking together, so we took her to vets. And before we walked out the door, Dave said, "Oh, by the way, she's been vomiting." So the vet said, "I'll take her for a quick scan." So she took her in the back room. Then she came back and she said, "Oh, she's got pyometra," which is infection in the womb, and it can like explode inside of her. So they did emergency surgery and she had like a full hysterectomy, and she recovered fine from that. She was in the vets overnight, came home. She got another infection in the wound, but they give us some special stuff to put onto the wound, which helped, and she was on paracetamol as well. And then she recovered, but the older that she got, the more slower that she got, and things, she stopped playing because she used to have a doll and you could throw it and she'd run after it and chase it, and you'd go up to her to get the doll back and she'd always run away from you. She would never let you have it, so you end up chasing her for the doll. And then about 2 years ago in the first lockdown, we noticed that she was weeing a lot and it smelled of rotten eggs. So we took her back to the vets, and she had a urine infection, and they also did tests for a day. Took her in for a day, did tests, and she was diagnosed as diabetic. So her whole diet and everything had to change. She was on insulin every 12 hours. She could only get fed at 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock at night she would get fed, because she had her insulin every time she was fed. We slowed right down on the treats. She used to get sugar-free treats in the end. Home Bargains sell them in big pouches, really good value, and they'd last ages. And then she kept getting more water infections, which they said that she's prone to with her being diabetic. And she'd get sores on her knees, back of her knees as well, because when you're home testing her sugars, you either do it inside of the ear, inside of the lip, or on the rough bits on the back of the knees, and they ended up getting sores, and it just wasn't very nice at all. The vet 2 years ago did find a mass or something on the scan that they did, and she said bring her in, spend the weekend with her, bring her in on Monday, which we did, and she'd do more tests. Obviously she didn't do them tests because I rang up and I said, did you find anything else on the scan? And she'd totally forgotten about it, so maybe she'd had this mass for quite a while and it's grown and grown. We don't know, but when we took her last Monday and she died, the vet said that her ashes would be spread on a garden, because getting the ashes was too expensive for us. There's no way we could afford it, and we explained this to the vet, and she said that they would get paid for and they'd get spread on a garden somewhere where they spread other ashes. So I just thought I'd do this video about her, to say how much she was loved and she was how wild. We won't be getting another dog for a long time, maybe years down the line. It won't be months. We're going to start going away, I think, for weekends away, because we haven't been without a dog for 15 years, over 15 years now, and we've not been away or anything. So yeah, okay, I thought I'd do this, and then I'm going to keep my channel going, and I'm going to start, maybe I think I'll do hauls and try vlogging and things like that. So I hope you stick with this channel. Okay, thank you, bye.